Jason Collington. I'm editor of the Tulsa World. I'm here again with Bill Haston, our longtime sports columnist. We are talking Tulsans of the Year, and you've written two features for this year's group. One was Dan Bitson, the head football coach at Booker T. Washington. The second one is Antonio Graham, two rookie coaches who have walked into programs with a lot of tradition. Why did Antonio Graham, you believe, become a Tulsan of the Year this year?
It's big pressure on Antonio to succeed Bill Blankenship, right? A Hall of Fame guy at Owasso. Owasso hadn't had sustained football success really ever, not at a championship level. Before Bill Blankenship was hired in 2017, Antonio was his defensive coordinator. And it became actually Antonio was a defensive staff member who eventually was promoted to the coordinator job. But it became apparent the last couple of years that Antonio would be Bill's handpicked successor. And so, and was the youngest guy, the youngest head coach in 6A1. So you got a guy who had never been a head coach, a guy who was succeeding a legend in Bill Blankenship, and Bill won 2 state championships at Owasso his first year, and then again in 2019. So big pressure. And from day one, Antonio pushed all the right buttons. The players were comfortable with him. He has a brilliant offensive staff that now includes former great TU quarterback Dane Evans. And then, with all due respect, to Owasso football, but it has become a hot place for kids to move to. And it's just part of it. We see that in Tulsa County all the time, Jason.
Yeah.
Players moving around, and Owasso has become a hot place for kids to go. So, but you can screw up a good roster.
And you have reported on way too many coaches in waiting who were hand selected by their predecessors that did not go well.
That's right.
So you've got there's a real long streak of that pick not working out.
That's right. And just like when you and I talked about Dan Bitson, and I felt like it was a perfect fit initially, and then as time went on, I'm like, it's beyond perfect. It was a no-brainer, and it's clicked at the best possible level. Well, as we record this, Owasso's undefeated and getting ready to play in the state championship game. And it was through 2 weeks of the season with a sophomore quarterback who had never taken a meaningful snap. After only 2 weeks, it was very obvious that Owasso was the team to beat in 6A1. And I have been to enough Owasso practices that I can testify that it's not just a matter of Owasso having a bunch of great players. It's Antonio Graham having a plan, being a brilliant guy, a former great player at Union himself. And like I said, still the youngest guy in 6A1 at 39 now. Just had a birthday the other day. So, in fact, won the semifinal game on his birthday. So, no, for Antonio Graham to step in with no experience to speak of as the CEO of a program and to guide that program with a 10th grade quarterback to the brink of a championship, A+ job, a coach of the year kind of a job for Antonio Graham.
All right, Will, thank you so much.
Yes, sir.